Alright. Good evening. Right, so wait, can I... I could get those back. Right. What is this? Killing 20 enemies tier is upgraded for free. Ooh, interesting. Combat duration is increased to 10 seconds. Right. Bounties are increased by 10%, which I don't think is that good yet. Anyway, where was I last time? I was doing runs. So there have been... I still have no clue where fucking Walt is. This one, 1.5 or higher, which we can actually do. There has been a patch. I think I'm just gonna run basically the same thing as last time. Select. I don't think we'll need you, but honestly I don't think we need anything else either, so just bring the normal dirt trap along. And here we don't need to reduce the armor. Actually... Okay, not quite enough. We can only get 1 to 10, yeah. For every 10 the units hit, each should increase damage taken from arcane traps. Damage is increased by 30% for each level of the Anima engine. So, this increases damage by 5% for every 10 units hit, which means you need to hit, what? 60 units to have 1 level of Anima engine equivalents. But I think we should actually be able to do that. And I took the option of movement. The longer range, and it seeks enemies to make sure it actually hits. And we're just gonna put some swords in the way. To make sure it can hit a lot. Now, it's not scaling off of kills, but off of hits, so the number of kills isn't necessarily relevant. But you can kind of base some data on it. Alright, have a dirt trap there. And then have one here, 1200. Barricade has been destroyed just immediately. Alright, I don't think that will work. No. It could, but I think it's not honestly good enough. Like this trap specifically. You get a rearm speed bonus, but you don't, which is kinda don't like. I prefer more rearm speed. Also, I forgot. Do I not have... I do have a sigil. Or a charm. Or whatever they're called. Right, place the cornerstone. You, again, go down here. Right. I think we can just go ahead. Alright, I forgot. They're immune to the strike. actually move you here and you here. So the spike trap can also get some damage in. .6, 6.3, so it is only the actual directly adjacent traps and not all in a row. Alright, fun fact by the way, when they announced the game they also had like a little like survey as to what you would like to see in the game. And I said like floor traps that are based on how long you build them. Like the longer the better. I have a feeling that probably won't be in the game because, well, I haven't seen anything of that type yet. Neither in like promotional material nor in the game itself, so probably not. Would have loved that though. Blood and Fort Rune, so I should get both of those actually. Since I have both the Blood and the Fort Rune on land. But whether or not it actually does work, whether actual one of those trap types, one of those long floor traps is in, I'd be really glad if that was the case. I wonder, the knights are very, very slow, and with this charm we actually do deal like 6.3 damage per trap, which could, again, I think the spike trap is one of the stronger traps, especially early game, because it is completely, it does not care about how many enemies are on it. Oh, so it's the last wave. And because it doesn't care how many enemies are on it, it just absolutely crushes like the large groups. The Blood Scythe, the Blood Rune nearly upgraded. Base damage increased by 1 per tier upgrade. Right. Okay, cool. Base damage increases by 1 per tier upgrade. Ah. I wonder if that's just like a general upgrade. So for every 200 enemies current gain for each adjacent wasteland tile, so fragments reward +1. Right, this is the one I want to buy. Not sure why it costs 800 now and not 1,000, but I'm gonna get it. There was a patch where they said that they had upgraded, that they had tweaked the difficulty a little bit, so that may be part of that. Right, so 3 runes, 3 runes, 3 runes. I haven't done you yet, but I kinda don't like you, so I'm not gonna. At least for now. Which means, back to this one. Now, Arcane Trap. This is just more damage. You have that. This would now be 15.7. Damage does actually scale kind of nicely. Like this increases damage to 1 by from 4.2 to 5.2. No, wait. 3 to 4 and then to 5. And then I think the damage bonus is only after. Like, if I can. Damage by 20% and rearm speed by 30. And then upgrade you again. No other sigils yet. Right, the Converge one. Let us try with that. And I'm gonna try it without runes first. Right, there's another chain trap here. So I assume that is already part of the buff. Have the dot trap here to hit the vault. As soon as we have done this still requires 100. Oh, they switched this also around. This is one lower now. Used to be the... yeah, this looks good on getting that done earlier. Right. I completely missed absolutely everyone. Now what we can do is have the spike traps down here. And... oh, they made this bigger. And the damage buff is present just baseline, I believe. And then pulls nearby enemies inward before striking. Now, how much damage do you have? 3 armor, you deal 8 damage, so we deal 5 damage to them. They have 65 health. That's gonna take a while. Okay, 9.2 now, because we get +1 base damage per upgrade. 5.7, 8, that is plus 1.3. So I am pretty sure that it actually is upgrading by... that it is upgrading the base damage first and then applying the plus 40 damage from... then applying the plus 30 from... the level, the tier upgrades, and the plus 40% from the sigil. Wait, I don't have that sigil anymore, do I? Because I switched it for the damage one, right? Or do I still have that? I think I still have it. Alright, I note an issue. Enemies are kind of just getting moved forward and backward because all of the traps are trying to pull the enemy inward. So a different upgrade path would probably be preferred. The Mysterious Challenger. Which I have a feeling we will probably not kill with that. Now the Mysterious Challenger I think will outrun basically all of the heavy armors. And I also very much assume that the Mysterious Challenger is immune to barricade strikes. There's 2 chargers. Which, by the way, this is, I'm pretty sure, an enemy that was literally first introduced in this game. Alright, Challenger defeated. That was not very impressive, gonna say. I do look forward to having those chain traps. Alright. Yeah, the spike is still as strong as it ever was. How did I get 20 runes for that? Oh, because of the 200% kill enemies. Summon 3 Cornerstone Guardians at the beginning of each battle. Cornerstone Guardians, I think, are 1 use. They just like shoot a man. Plains Forest Shifting Gate. 2 pass and an unquenchable thirst. The obelisk demands more souls than waves alone. Right. Have another forest tile like here. A plains tile here. And you can go here, I guess. Alright, now I can actually... Oh, you can buy multiple soul forges. Ooh. Interesting. Or... Right. Right, let's see what the grinder can do. When upgraded, what do we have? Brutalizer, damaging capacity by 50%. Plus 1 capacity for every kill. Or plus 5 bonus bounty per kill. So this is just if you want to make him big. Because as you can see, they jam. And whenever they jam, you kind of just aren't that happy. And I think the capacity is, I think, based on the damage you deal. Like, if you deal 45 damage, you fill it by 45 or something like that. 200% damage on unarmed enemies. The bonus damage does not consume capacity. Aha. Increases on gem speed by 75%. Oh, when capacity hits 0, deals damage equal to max capacity to the target. Honestly, just unjam earlier. We can get rid of one of you. Then we can have the reinforcements for more. Scythe and Kneel runes, which I don't have. Actually... more space. Swarm. For more enemy. So, one thing is, the more runes you put, the more XP you get. However, this XP is... I think the XP record is deducted from the XP you get. Meaning you can't endlessly grind. Grind. So, unfortunately, not that possible. So you... Barricade has been destroyed. You just move those 500 enemies? Holy shit. So you go through here, and then you go to that one. And you... Okay, so I think I know where I go. Right, first of all, reset, so we have the shifting gates again. You go 269... Because we're just gonna set up grinding traps. I do love the grinding traps, I don't think they're good. Ah, the chain trap. Probably won't use it here, but shouldn't be too bad to have. I just realized this is dirt and this is wall. Just get rid of that. And we're gonna have a grinder. And another one. And okay. So I basically just have to switch this wall around for every... Are there flying enemies? There are balloon fighters, right? That's why the dart traps are there. Ah, the dwarfs. No plan, no fear, just boom. They will actively seek out your barricades and try and destroy them. They are not great at it, but at some point they will. Aren't you equipped with personal buoyancy device called Balloon? Can attempt to float over pits to bypass your defenses. So they basically, they will fly over here. However, they are just going to die. Alright. Now we're gonna move you over. I've also bought Dart Trap just there. And the balloon fighters from now on will move over there. I'm pretty sure that the balloon fighters do not care like, they will just fall into the floor and die, right? I did not move the wall in time. Get rid of this barricade, get rid of barricade, get rid of these skeletons who are apparently immune to level 7. They don't have armor, though. What do you actually do when you have killed enough enemies? I actually do want them to kill these skeletons so we can also, yeah, the dwarf bombers do damage their own allies, which is always kind of funny, and they blow up after a while if they don't fight a barricade. Right, now we can move that wall. I have a feeling I should have maybe gotten the... I love the changes in how the traps look. So you are only coming back at wave 6. Right. Okay, we have to move it now. Great. I should probably keep those barricades, actually. Alright, I just want to fill this obelisk. This one's clogged. It will attempt to unclog itself after a while. Alright, that was more than I anticipated. Yeah, you know what, I have this thing. Which, I don't know why I thought it wouldn't kill my boys, but of course it did. Capacity goes up and up. 214 out of 500. How many are in this wave? About 130? Right, as soon as they move past, wall is moving. Okay, in wave 8, they actually sent from both entrance 2, cornerstone 2, adventure 40 and 30 nobles. So for wave 8 I want it on the right side, I think, because it's just a lot more. Ah, shit. I forgot. Right, I think I'll do something different here. Something very much different, actually. Gotta sell these, and you. Blow up this, because I can't see it anymore. I built my first trap, right. Load out first. We're gonna do something different, and specifically, we're gonna get some... Actually, a cane trap I think is fine. Obelisk, how many gems do I have? Up to 9. However, I think I'd rather have a spread there. Then we'll sell you, We're just gonna have everyone go through this area. We just have have everyone gonna come through the middle. Which means I'll need a barricade here. Before the second wave comes in. Yeah, we should be able to do that. And this has a more... I'm a bit disappointed, I'm a bit miffed I don't see what range this obelisk has. I'm surprised they go through there instead through here. Why did the balloon fighters go through there? Wouldn't the balloon flight be shorter this way? Oh yeah, sell this, sell this. What does this obelisk do? Once it triggers... Oh, they only activate the balloon after a while, is that it? Alright, first enemy engine, that's not bad, that's good. Cannot float over pits to bypass your defenses. So they just didn't get there. So what determines whether or not they do that? Alright, so the arcane bolts should be good for those knights. Thieves. Thieving thieves. Who do not wish to fight. Oh, well, whatever. One getting through is acceptable. Alright. We'll have another sword here. New enemy, what are you? The Mauler, it's like a siege weapon with like 40 health, 0 defense, 4 weight, damage 6. My swords have health of 15. So they're gonna have to hit them 3 times. But currently they don't seem too bad. Also the obelisk is nearly full. Get stabbed with a... Like, how bad must it feel to be so bad of a fighter that a sword without a carrier just kills you? Does it technically... Actually, does it technically have a carrier if it's animated? Can you use yourself as a weapon? Obelisk. What do you do? There's a vault there. There is no thirsting obelisk in that one level that requires me to destroy a vault, isn't there? Is there? Pretty sure I would have noticed that. But I don't think there is one. I may need more darts. Bomb. That's too many thieves. Right. Grind up, still funny. I think the spike trap is just straight better. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, all charms increase the gold cost by 200. That's good to know. Actually, that increases cost by 300. Alright, different loadout. Those out, those in. Yeah, you can kind of see that this is not the same style as this. Right, get rid of this, get rid of this. Sword and sword. Blow that up. Yeah, the dwarf bombers can be a problem because if they blow up, they hurt a lot of your units. Your summoned units kind of just take a bunch of damage from them. I have a feeling that the spike traps should be better than the grinders. Alright, there's the 500 golds. Can I actually... I cannot yet build the dirt trap there. $9.1. So if you can put 3 or 4 other spike traps to around your spike trap, you're not looking bad. Oh, it actually tells you which charm you have. Also, balloons do make them immune to floor traps. Because they're not on the floor. So they are kind of actually a hard counter to both the spike as well as the grinder. More so the spike because the grinder just already is kind of hard countered by too many enemies. Hey, Steve! You are too far out. I do wonder, in the second game they had ethereal maps, which are basically randomized ones, that you would play once. And I'm pretty sure most maps, most normal dungeons are just made. Made and not randomly generated. But I don't actually know whether that is the case. 19 health, so they have to hit them 4 times. Come on, Thirsting Obelisk, I would like to have my vault as well. No. Stupid thieves. I'm not sure we'll get that. Maybe. Nope. Oh well. The chain trap. Right, I'm gonna do that one again. The whole is like with the rattling of the zone. The choice to free one could be a choice to doom yourself. Well, for now, I'm gonna do this one again. Oh, I have to put you down. You form your first Tananga group. Groups boost the G's in dungeons with unique effects. Same time bonuses don't stack. Only largest connected group counts. A dungeon can benefit from up to 3 different groups at once. When a plane is in addition to 3 planes, it transforms into a meadow. Oh, interesting. But you are not a meadow, and you... no... oh, well, whatever. If I put the planes here... meadow. That's neat. Put it in a desert. That's where the asylum belongs. Not quite. I do want to see what the chain trap does. So, you have a duration bonus, 19 seconds. Damage bonus 90% from 1 to 1.9, that's not all that much. Every level is 10% damage and duration bonus. Now, long-lasting change doubles the duration, right? Shattering, base damage is increased by 3, that's probably really good. Chain enemies take 30% more damage. Now, do they deal damage? I think they deal the damage only when the chain is broken, so this is just straight a supporting trap. Maximum number of chain targets is increased by 1. Deal 500% damage when the chain breaks. chained enemies are permanently slowed once per unit. Right. So from the number, I don't think that's actually all that much more than the second one. I think that they may have just toned the number back a little bit. Right, do this one again. I want that vault. And this time I know not to have that trap up there. Alright, on you go. Blow them all up. Right, you are... Okay, so this one also no. I think it has about like 1.1 range, maybe? So the enemy kind of already has to be. That was neat. That was all the dwarfs exploding at once. Get me this and this. I think the adventurers, like the thieves, just try to run past. Like they're not trying to... They're not fighting enemies, they're just trying to run past them. The spike traps are just so good. I have the distinct feeling though that the chain trap kind of replaced the glue trap. Which is exactly what it sounds like, it's just glue on the floor to slow your enemies. Which, because it was a floor trap, any enemy who went in just got absolutely blasted by it. While this, I think, probably not as much. I have a feeling that this chain trap is more to make sure that specific large enemies, like specific large fast enemies, don't get through. Like there is cavalry later on, and I have a feeling that that the chain trap is for those specifically. Get me the vault open. And now I can actually just go further up. Kill 300 units in a single stage with allied units. Apparently with this. Apparently, how many kills do you have? So that's all. New sigil surge. How many kills do you have? Doesn't tell me. But apparently, quite a few. No. Also, we can now get rid of you again. And then that should just kind of deal with itself. I still don't know the Nil rune. Wonderful. Surge. Starting gold is increased by 500. Right. What do we have here? That's 3 tombs, I'm pretty sure. That's a vault, that's a tomb, that's a tomb. Are there flying units? Let me actually just check. Are there flying units? Warrior, priest, knight, dwarf, heavy armor. So no, this is just... We are big and we are going to try and get through this. I will probably... this is where we get the bolt trap. Right. Looking at this map, I have a feeling I'm just gonna go with the old faithful. Which is exactly this setup. You unlock heavy armor and Mauler. There's a bolt. There's a bolt trap here. Which has the traits Skullcracker. I'm just gonna put some snares below them. And yeah, the bolt trap does exactly what it still did, what it ever did. It just shoots 4 massive bolts to kill you enemies with. I feel like I need a second dart trap there. Does the armor increase with a level? That would be interesting to know. Also, there are priests here now, which are annoying to say the least, because they just heal. Why do you do the 6.2? Alright, I need that barrier back. The barricade back. Because I want the wall gone. That's just a bunch of priests. Which, thankfully, they can't really heal. They can't really heal if you one-shot them. Currently, I'm not one-shotting them. Vault should be done in a bit. And there's the vault done. Ooh, a new consumable. Which should be on queue then. I don't think I'll break those tombs right now. I'm surprised how well the spike traps work. Like with the armor, I anticipated that they wouldn't be as good. Also, see these dwarves just going at it like a heat-seeking missile. They really hate barricades. I will wave with the 4 Wrath double. That's gonna be hard. Didn't even need to blow up my... I wonder, do the dwarfs also blow up the explosive barrels? And the bolt trap has been unlocked. Bolt trap, also one of my old favorites. Forest Plains Memoirs. Break 4 seals to the quiet man that commands the dead. Oh. Right, what do we have? Memoir. The cataclysm wasn't an accident. An exile shaper named Valsar stated that his work isn't done. Forest. Here. Crypt of the Necromancer. Unlocks summons skeletons. Right. Also, we have a map list now. Which are sort by name, sort by gem, sort by tier, sort by objectives. Okay, that's neat. Have I never gotten origin? Whatever. Right. Sure, what do we see here? A trap slot, another sigil slot. Unlock that. Sigils, I have a few. What do you do? 3 Cornerstone Guardians or starting gold is increased. No, less. I'll take more damage and Cornerstone Guardians. Cornerstone Guardians I don't think are that good, but whatever. Now we can add the bolt trap. Wait, what do you do? Right, so you get more damage. You have a fixed cooldown of 3.5. Increases damage by 40% after killing 30 units. Stuns the next target for 1 second. Increases damage by 30%. Armor damage plus 1. That's good. Increases damage by 20%. Deals bleeding damage equal to 50% of trap damage of 5 seconds, which I think does not care for armor. Increases damage by 100%. Decreases rearm speed by 50%. Activation range plus 1. Right, so decreases means that it takes longer. Since it's at 3.5, it would go up to, what is it, 1.75 more to 5.25? Not sure if I want that. Deals bonus damage equal to 2% of the enemy's max health. Yep. Projectile pieces plus 1 additional. Like, that's just really good. I can't get to level 15, can I? No. Still need a few gems for that. Alright, let's see it. The Soul Thrasher, what do we have? Poison Trap, ooh! Fires 3 homing bolts poison nearby enemies. Right, I will bring the Bolt Trap. I don't know why I always have this, where I go with the wall traps, the projectile traps, then the, this is the ones that shoot in a specific direction. These are the ones that shoot in areas. Then the floor traps, and then the barricaded last. But these summoners directly before that, right? Monsters of KK engine that threshes souls like a wheat. It threshes the soul like a wheat. It sustains itself by centrifugal stripping raw power from the consciousness of the victim trap at its core. Crypt. When the straight enemies inside will be released. Right, I see. We have 3 entrances, which currently I cannot. Funnel these through left or right. So what we're gonna do is have a bolt trap here. When do you send? Wave 6, wave 5, that's fine. And we're just gonna have a bolt trap there. And one there. To get rid of those. Oh shit, that's Black Knights. Right, sell that. And that's that's heavy armor, sell that. Like the Knights and the Priests are probably easier to deal with. And now we can block off here. and send them through there. Then we can actually also, as soon as we blow this one up. Also, this is an endless map, I'm pretty sure. Also sell this, sell this. I need 1,000 gold so we pierce more. Like, they have 4 shots, so they pierce through 4 by definition. Or they hit 4 enemies by definition, unless one enemy is tanky enough that it doesn't. But hitting more enemies, definitely appreciate it. How is the spike trap still so good? Alright, we need to blow this thing up. Just do it like that. And then we can just block off here. And they have to go a long way around. So we get rid of you. The next thing we blow up is you. The heavy armor shouldn't actually be that much of a bang. They have cavalry now. The cavalry also kind of does not care for... does not care for your units. Finally, blow this one up. New ally, you have rescued the Necromancer. Grateful for your aid, he now fights at your side. Left click to select him, right click to issue movement orders. Before the battle, he will respawn near you. Oh, but here you go then. Unfortunately, the Black Knights kinda just carried them there. Right, so I need to be careful with the Black Knights. We definitely start here. And I think I'm actually just defending down here. Nowhere else. Right, so you are open, which means we can block off here. And then we can set up you. Oh shit, he's already here. I've already unlocked him. What do you do? So we basically have hero units now. Can I can. Oh, F1 is unlocking that out. Does he summon skeletons? Regardless, we should blow up this crypt, so we can block off down here. Another spike trap. So this, I don't technically need to destroy the... Now the Black Knights are the Black Knights are a late game enemy, which is why they completely obliterated me. Also, apparently we just accidentally hit them with the... with the explosion from the arcane trap. Now these guys, they are basically heavy armor. Really heavy armor, except they have shields instead of actual armor. And they once again kind of obliterate me. Okay, we did survive there. Honestly, I don't think the heavy armor is gonna be as bad, especially now that we have the barricade back up. Also, you only cost 480? Right. The bolts is great. I wonder, the level 3 upgrades for all traps always kind of completely transformed how they work. Like, actually there was always one that is just the same but better. And then there is one which is different. And in the second, for the bolt trap, it was from... because the bolt trap in the second only shot 3 bolts instead of 4, it went from 3 to 5 bolts. Which is just the same, but better. Basically one-shotting specific enemies. Or it went to a singular large spike, which would pierce through 20 enemies and carry the enemies with them, dealing a fifth of the damage, because you only had 1 bolt, but a lot more, like, usability against small, like, weaker enemies. Also, why can I not control Wilson? Also, I just realized Winston automatically gets more damage over time, apparently. And soon, we should have enough... spike traps just doing God's work once again. I also just realized that the Black Knights are nearly as much of a problem if I just set up over here, because the heavy armor is weaker than the Black Knights. And I think if I work with that, I should be able actually to just not take any damage. Okay, you know what? You come up here. Like, how much damage do you actually do? Infinity. Ah, endless mode. Dart trap. Enemies capable of arisen skeletons has an ooh. And summon skeletons. Right, what do we have? Flooded dig site. Another desert. Wasteland. Have the dig site here. However, we have to see... Also, I cannot see the consumable traps here, so I cannot upgrade them there. What do you have? Increase poison damage by 30%. What? So your damage bonus goes up, which I think is probably the poison, because I don't think you deal damage otherwise. Increase poison damage by 30%, reduce duration by 2 seconds. Currently, the duration is set. But I can't see what the duration is. Increases poison damage by 100%, increase duration by 5 seconds. What? Does it deal its full damage? Like, is this damage per second, or is this the full damage split over the duration? Because if so, then the potent toxin reducing the duration isn't actually a negative. Because the damage is the same, actually the damage is 30% higher over less amount of time. On the other hand, this is 100% longer over more amount of time. And this is probably just the straight up best, because you don't really want to repoison already poisoned enemies. Increase poison damage, increase poison damage by 20%, increase duration by 5 seconds, adds 3 armor to the enemy. When killed, the enemy becomes a statue. Increase poison damage by 10%, grants plus 3 bounty on kill. Right. Sigils? It's not a sigil. Yeah, I can't afford it. Duplicate trap cost penalty threshold plus 1. Ah, okay. So you can make that less punishing. Right, so what we're gonna do now is plop all of those runes in. Actually, that only increases it by 5. However, soul fragment rewards are unavailable for other runes. Whatever. Oh, is that... Wait, let me... go back. That gave me the runes for infinity. What? Enemy info, trap mastery, trap upgrade, boulders, moving walls. Wrath modifies such shield, poison damage. For example, only the duration is fresh damage percent is the same, however different types of poison can stack. Okay. Armor. Which over time effects ignore armor. Yep. Kind of expected that. Combo. And 2 go bounty enemy dies with 5 combo unit 2 plus 5 7 go. Ah. So combo is actually not that bad. Moving walls, boulders, trap upgrades, trap mastery UI tips, alt HP bar toggle, shift trap upgrade mode on. I actually wanted to see. Right. So we're gonna do not that. We're gonna continue. What do we have here? Reason Balloon Fighter, Warrior Jungle, Warrior Knight, Priest, Black Knight. Veilfoot Swarm. Don't have those yet, I don't have the Veil yet. Traps cost 20% less. Where would I like my cornerstone to be? There is a vault. You cannot place it on that. If I go just there, I have like a long tunnel there. So we just basically set up this here. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. I don't necessarily need to use the... Also, there is only one entrance, right? Yeah, this one. Meaning... Right, what do I take? What is he? Oh, the Soul Harvester. Love that thing. Right, so... The Black Knight works differently in that it doesn't... Ah. Summons a group of skeletons to fight for you. So it's a delay, dealing with damage to nearby units. I think that one's kind of better. The Black Knights work differently, as in they have a shield. They block, I believe, 10 hits, if I saw that correctly. Instead of specifically... Honestly, I don't need you. I don't think. Because we're gonna have a gold harvester. But yeah, I think I'm gonna play up here. Block off this path. So even the flying units will have to go through there. Gold harvester. Another gold harvester. Soul harvester. Actually. Right. And this is the 20% more damage per hit, yep. The Soul Harvester, it's really easy, it just gives you gold whenever you kill something. Also, Mr. Necromancer does get killed by the boulder. Good to know. Oh, we have a Spinblade trap there. That's also neat. 5,000 health, right. At least this time I can upgrade my... Give me all the money. Well, that's a problem. But one we can prevent for the future. Like, what is your range? You don't appear to have too much range. The Spinblade Trap is kind of funny, but I don't think it's good. Oh, that's my Necromancer dead. So the Necromancer actually just summons skeletons. It's good to know. I think I'll bring the Bolt Trap instead. Reflex Reloader. Right, I think I'll bring the Bolt Trap instead. Instead of the dirt. Yeah, there's always the distinction between I like and is actually good. I don't think armor damage is gonna be that necessary, so sure, just the Skullcracker for base damage. Place the cornerstone up here. This time we'll actually have those there. And then you go here. Costs 700 to upgrade. Blow up all of those nobles. Are you telling me that the Necromancer is actually just a Necromancer? Right, I see I lack aerial damage. Bolstering the friends. Haven't really seen that yet, but I just believe you. So, +1 piercing, damage dealt 736. Alright, vault is open. We have, I don't know, the reflex reload I assume is either for the ballista, for the bolt trap, or the dart trap. Pretty sure. Okay, yeah, as expected, the Black Knights are a bit of an issue. I think... Like, unfortunately, I can't place it down here. I honestly think that up here might be the best spot. But maybe like the... No, because... No, we can't do it like that. So we actually do have two options for bolts. Yeah. Let's try it like that. Blow up all the nobles. Also, yeah, the spin blade trap can do that. Ah, okay, that's what that meant with... Unfortunately, the bolts do not one-shot them. It's always kind of funny when the enemies just fall to the death because they got trampled basically by the guys behind them. I just realized that I might have been an idiot. Like, I can just block here and here. And I'm not entirely sure why I haven't done that before. I can also block there. To have another bolt there. Oh yeah, jungle fighters, they have like a grappling hook. This way we can actually use the carts to deal some additional damage. Unfortunately, right, that helps. That helps definitely. It means that I probably won't bring you along, but I'll bring the dart trap. Because then we can basically just... why do we have 5 points in the poison trap? We can put some there. That's fine. Cornerstone again up here. I'm gonna wait for the balloon fighters to... Why was there only one of them? Alright, so that destroyed my barricade, but we can just rebuild it there. So these are basically here for the Dark Knights, and then the bolts are there for everything else. And I'm gonna put that bolt there. Also, you over here. I don't quite understand when the balloon fighters use their balloons versus when they don't. I'm actually surprised that there's a number of kills. Oh, we can actually force them to go through there for more bolt and also more minecart. Should have expected that. Have another one of these here again, solely for the Black Knights. The 680 just from the one charm equip, that is actually an increase that kind of makes it hard to use the trap. So the charms do definitely have a disadvantage to them. Yeah. The dart trap's definitely better for the Black Knights. I'm gonna actually have another one of them here. Just to get rid of this armor. Since they exclusively care about the number of hits, not the quality of said hits. Alright, so that definitely went better. Holy shit, they do not even care about the boulder. I expected them to care at least slightly about the boulder. But apparently I was mistaken. Some of them are getting rather far. The Corner Guardians are doing their job though. Not quite, not always, but at least sometimes. That was a lot of Black Knights. I still don't know what the whale does. Soul Harvester and the Nil Rune, minus 30% bounty gold. Harpoon trap, it's for the harpoon trap. Reloads instantly on kill shots, pull duration is halved. Plus 100 gold cost to set up. Okay. More gem, more starting gold. Sea Plains Zizin. Yeah, have me some sea next to this desert. Because makes sense. Sea dungeon. Upgrades. What can we... What is the... Can we actually at this point get to 15? Not quite. What do you have? Siphon Soul increases gold, Avarice is the same. Abyssal Grasp increases range, also harvest stones from fallen enemies, which I believe is specifically for if they fall in a hole or into water, because I don't think usually it collects that. Lasting Grasp, the harvest debuff lingers for 3 additional seconds. Avarice, increase bone bonus. When a goal is generated, heals a nearby friendly unit for 5% of its max health. Okay. Revive souls collected and permanently increase gold generation by 1%. Yep. That should actually be rather easy to do. Increases range. Yep. Actually, how much do you... Right, you don't get better, you just get a price discount. Why are we not summoning demons anymore, by the way? Also, what are you? Arisen Skeletons. Ah, it increases gold cost by 200. Right. Shop. What do we have? Another gold mine. Plains farm. Lightning trap. Don't have that. Some units get more health. No, get me another trap slot. And then we look into this dungeon. Clear the map. Clear with chase and scythe runes. I don't have the chase rune. Right. New rune acquired. That's a bunch of... Right, I think I know where I want to set up. But before we do that, I, again, forgot. I see a treasure, actually. What do we have? Warrior, Marksman, Sharpshooter, Vanguard, Brute, Battering Ram. Ah, fuck Battering Rams. Warrior, Marksman, Sharpshooter, Vanguard, Brute, Battering Ram. The Battering Ram I haven't seen yet, I don't think. Do we have we seen Vanguard? No, I don't think so. I assume that the Marksman and the Sharpshooter guys shoot at me. Right, so we block off here, we block off here. They go through there. The treasure chest should be fine. Soul Harvester gets us... What do we have? One sharpshooter, one shot, one kill. Results may vary. 50 health, damage 5. That is not one shot, one kill against most of my enemies. Most of my units. Damage does not actually go up. Only health and weight goes up. They have 63 health. He's also not hitting them. So, as of now, I am not too impressed. Ah, Brute. Right. The Vanguard, very much annoying. Wields a hoot sheet that blocks projectiles. Massively annoying. And then this guy is the Marksman. From afar they pick the targets with deadly accuracy. Now, these guys are a problem. because they completely ignore the start trap. Meaning you actually are kind of required to have floor traps around. You can shoot them in the back. That does work. And you can also do just that. Alright. The vanguards are a problem. As expected. As I thought they would be. So instead of the dart trap, we're just gonna have spikes. Earned gold 10, European at 5. Oh, this time they actually hit. Not this guy though. The brute. Oh yeah, that's the guy who does that. Can I just like have them there? Right, I didn't think that would work. Right. I still think this is my best shot because it does give me a long path, and it leaves the treasure chest on it alone. I think I'm gonna put you here, and then you there. Actually, now I look at it, I don't need you to have higher range. So instead, we're gonna give you the Siphon Soul for more money. And then we're gonna have one of you there, and just a bunch of these. I do like to upgrade the Soul Harvester early on, but honestly, just get rid of that. The problem is that they kind of just stacked up. Right, so that's the first big wave. Right, Bolt Trap probably better than the... Actually, I shouldn't do either Bolt or Dart. We should restrain ourselves to the Soul Harvester. I need 440, but we should get over that. And now I'd like some swords. I completely forgot you exist. Sorry, my bad. How rude, just kicking him. Oh yeah, the dirt trap now makes its own tanks, which actually isn't bad. Can upgrade you for more money. I do kind of like the idea of the hero unit, but I'm not gonna use it all that much. And there's the battering ram. 0 defense, that's good. 100 health. The problem is that it carries other units. Which is absolute bullshit in most cases. Also, wait, they have armor? I thought they don't have defense. Where's the battering ram? They get 3 armor per level, are you shitting me? They also, by the way, do not care about any units you might have in the way. And I also found that this is the best way to deal with them. Just barricades. The Vanguard kind of completely makes the dot trap irrelevant. But I think the Arcane Bolt thing should still be good against it. They also completely ignore your units. Just as an aside. It immediately jumped up to 12, so I guess it takes into account the amount it already got before you upgrade it. Which, if that is the case, really good. There's another one of those stupid battering rams. More sword. And more sword. Anyway, in the second game there was a summoned unit, a summoned ranged unit. I wonder if they have that one again. Also, the Necromancer gets stronger with over time as well, or I assume that's just with how many dungeons you've unlocked. Or you've built. The marksmen are not very impressive. Oh, and it spawns a skeleton and then they all try to target it, that skeleton. Yeah, okay. The Corner Guardians definitely helped. Also, ooh, Splinter Trap. Actually, I don't think I like the Spinblade Trap all that much. Forest Plains, Stronghold, another memoir. Let's see, humans keep attacking the cornerstones. Each wave is stronger than the last. Someone is pushing them. Have more forest. I also have 9 reclaim cards. Should probably use those at some point. Everything is so expensive. Can I actually... Oh wait, that's a stronghold. No, reclaim. You. That gives me this meadow. And I can have the Soul Forge on the wasteland. They don't send the weak anymore. Okay, let's see what you have. What is that? Unlocks the slime... Oh, the slime trap is still a thing? The Balloon of Evilness. Right, what do we have? Adventurer, Dwarf, Warrior, Priest, Balloon of Evilness, the Druid. The Druid just has regeneration, I'm pretty sure. The Journeyman and the Engineering Squad. That's a problem. Destructible Floor. So you go to this one, and you go to this one. Do I have anything that can destruct Destructible Floor? Yes, Slime Trap. With that, the Chain Trap kind of already is no longer relevant. Unfortunately. Right, get rid of the... Put in the Slime Trap. It's unfortunate, but I guess I'll just have to live with it. Do I have anything? Oh, I can build on that. In that case, I shall build on it. Slow effect increased. So the Slime Trap does basically exactly what you think it does. It just slows enemies down. Which, as I say, just, but that's honestly really good. Also, with that, the Spike Trap kind of died. Because the ability to slow enemies is just way too good. Right. Barricade here. Are there dwarfs in this wave? Dwarf, yes. Here. Then we'll have a bolt trap there. Slime. When do you send? Wave 6, so we do have quite some time. Unfortunately, I don't have anything that destroys Destructible Floor yet. And the Engineering Squad, by the way, they just make more Destructible Floor. Alright, so these do still destroy the Destructible Floor, that's good to know. I should upgrade this thing. When is the Engineering Squad coming in? The Balloon of Evilness. I don't have good stuff against the Balloon of Evilness. I also completely forgot my Necromancer again. The Balloon of Evilness, which, if you know it, it's just a Bloons TD reference. There's basically just a lot of them. In which case, I have a feeling here I'd honestly rather have the Dart over the Bolt. Repeater Mechanism, Flash Seeker. I actually do think most enemies here do not have armor. Right. This actually does prevent us from having to use the barricade, because we can just blow up this thing. And by the way, the engineering squad is basically just, they put down more destructible floor. They carry destructible floor, I believe, 1 per, and they basically just try to make bridges. Yeah. Okay, that's bad. I didn't bring enough for a barricade. Right. Destroy that as well. So the Soul Harvester would be good now. Have another one of these. You only wave 6, which, to be fair, isn't that far off. They're just fucking falling to their death. For no good reason except other people were in the way. Ah shit, I forgot my Necromancer again. Do it with the Necromancer this time. So we put you there, we put you here. Necromancer over there. You here, you here. Upgrade you once. And I think that's fine. Upgrade you again. Second slow trap. Those skeletons are honestly kind of annoying. I'd rather they're not there. Alright. We have to put a barricade there. I'm looking forward to the level 3 traps, because they're generally a lot better. Alright, let's see how they fare. And now we get us some money. 8 per, and 9 per. Perfect. And I'll probably just mirror the setup on the other side, except a little bit more because we don't have the Necromancer. And I should make sure that I have just the bombs on the destructible floor at all times. This is definitely... This is definitely, like, this game, definitely a lot harder than the two before it. We're gonna have a slow trap there. The Balloons of Evilness only give one bounty, but there's generally a lot of them. So having a Soul Harvester for them, really, really good. Boom. We'll actually summon your swords here so we can have another sword summoner there. The dart trap summoning these skeletons so far out might actually be kind of bad. Right, so what we can do now is fill up everything with slime traps. New enemy, the engineering squad gaps any hole they find with a wooden bridge. Which has 12 health. And I don't think I can build on it, no. So we kind of have to destroy them. Which I have a feeling I can do with this. Probably not. I very much so assume I will get a tower that allows me to destroy them easily. In the second game that was like an earthquake generator. Which did exactly what you think it does, it creates an earthquake. Really, really bad against regular units, really, really good against buildings and bridges. Who would have thunk? Earthquake good against earthquake is good against bridges. And that's the druids. They do... Yep, they do regenerate. I don't think they'll get to... No, those were the last engineers. What the... Fuck? Why is there so many of them? I have 11,000 gold. I may have overdone it with the Soul Harvesters. Yeah, the Balloons of Evilness kinda now just wrecked me. I'm lucky I didn't run with the gold rune. With the blood rune. Slime trap. One of the best traps in the game. Because again, just being able to slow enemies, really good. Mountain, desert, a secret vault. I have a mountain here. Sure. Desert. What does the meadow do? The meadow does nothing. Except for the farm, which... it's there, I guess. Oh, Oasis. Wait, planets and nearby... yeah, sure. Put one there, directly next to the sea and the desert. As makes sense. Right, so, what do you have? Heavy Slime, better. Lingers for 3 seconds, or reduces enemy armor by 2. Yes, absolutely. Like, not even a question. Slow effect again increased. Increased poison damage dealt to affected enemies by 50%, okay. Increases fire damage dealt to affected enemies by 50%. I do have poison damage. I should probably use the trap at some point. Also, harpoon trap, what does this do? Reloads instantly kill shots, pull duration is halved, right. Anything good I can buy? Nope, everything is way too expensive. Tier 2 dungeon mob, let's see. Anchor, plus 50% weight, and plus 10% enemy health. There's a thirsting obelisk I would like to use now. Right, so what I'm just gonna do is... that was not where I wanted that to go. I do want it to go through up here. And then the vault will be... here. So... do other dwarfs not at any point where I care about them. 100 enemies, that should be easy to achieve. We have the Flesh Seeker again, because I don't think there are any armored enemies here. And if, then we just reduce the armor by 2. Have this here. Okay, we killed them too early. Now. Lovely stuff. Have a dart trap there. Just to kill everything that gets through. Obelisk is nearly done already. I'll gladly take that. Like, you don't have armor, do you? I forgot him again. Right. Need to think of my necromancer. As well as here and here. Then we'll have you there with you here. And a slow. You can just join up there, I guess. Dodged. That was indeed cool. Alright. Speed it up a bit. Skeleton should be gone. Oh, they have... oh, because I have the Oasis, right. So, alright, the Thirsting Obelisk is filled up. And then I forgot the thieves again. Heavy armor has armor 5. So we can just reduce the armor now. Unfortunately, you are not in a good spot there. Now question, does it reduce the armor permanently or only while the enemy's in there? That is a lot. I think Bolt Trap might be better here. However, what I'm also gonna do is save a bit of money. And for now, only do those 2 barricades. Yeah. Have a slow trap here. Upgrade it. Kill those skelly boys. And then actually have this one here. I forgot my necromancer. Once more. Right. Barricade. Alright, that was a big blast. Swords. Now against the thieves we will just have another dart trap down here, which is the next thing I'll build. If we get the money in time. Didn't get the money in time, but we also didn't need it. Right. Alright, next dart trap for the vault. We have the acidic slime there. Really expecting to see whether or not it reduces the armor permanently. Or only while the enemy's in there. Blow him up. I do like my bomb. I'm gonna need another one here. Oh, there's a bunch of priests. That's a problem. Right, so that's not gonna fly. What else do I do instead? Oh, the Inferno Trap. Ah. Burn effect stack. Right, upgrades. You get the flammable slime. I have a feeling that a burn trap ignores armor. Just a slight feeling. Did I get gold for that? Generates 100 gold per... So we need to get to wave 6 before that pays for itself. Also, I forgot to change my loadout. The flamethrower trap, I believe, has less range. So, again, here and here. Necromancer. Watch out for the crossing minecarts. Need this there, and yeah, it has massively less range. Then we'll build you here, and give you the gold generation. And we're just gonna have like a poison trap back there. Because for the poison, I know for a fact it ignores the... it ignores armor. And yeah, that's not 6.9 DPS. I have a feeling... How long does the poison last? The priests unfortunately just completely heal themselves. Right. I do wonder if there's like... Because the poison trap, I kind of feel ain't that great, just based on the fact that it... Lovely. Just based on the fact that it kind of... It doesn't have the AoE. It doesn't have the necessary AoE. That flamethrower does quite well. Now, question, do I have anything to actually hurt this thing? Does the flamethrower shoot... Because it's not a projectile trap, I don't think. Well, that means we have to restart and bring either a bolt or a dart trap, and I think the bolt is higher DPS, meaning we lose the sword. Yes. Alright. Flamethrower. Have that there. Barricade here. Upgrade you for money. Get the Necromancer out. Never forget, always look left and right before you cross the rails. To be fair, you should never cross the rails, because that will most likely kill you. But if you need to cross the rails, look left and right. Now, the poison trap doesn't target enemies that are already poisoned. Is there... I need a way to stop the enemy from healing, which I can do with the spike trap. Okay, the poison is not bad. Single target damage. The problem is the priests. Okay, bringing you along was the correct choice. Setting you up was correct. Boom. Put you in. Let the flamethrower do work. Upgrade up. Have some poison thieves. How much damage do you deal in total? 6.9, which will kill the nobles and the thieves, but none of the bigger units. Okay. It will not kill the heavy armor, like not even close to it. Which in turn just means we need more of them. I hope there is an option where the poison spreads between enemies. There was an option in the second one where fire spread through the enemies, and it was great. Do this. Increased fire damage though. Can we do that? Right, the priests are a problem. Because of the healing. And I think I'll fix that problem by not bringing this, but you. And then I also need to upgrade you to 10 for the Festa. Which hit enemies cannot heal. And then I also increase the damage you take. Upgrade my poison as well a little bit. And then we'll go with that. This and this. A barricade here. Spike you, upgrade you. I need that Festa probably by wave 2, yeah. I don't think I need any barricades down here yet. We still take the money generation. We can go ahead and send it. So it deals 8.3 damage over 4 seconds instead of 8.3 second every second. Every 8.3 damage every second for 4 seconds for a total of 24 damage. Like, how quick do the priests heal? But anyway, the Festa should massively help with that. No more healing for you. Alright. Blow up the thieves. They did all die, perfect. And now we'll just have Link to raise both Festas basically all the way down. Alright. More poison. Also, more to drink. My ice is unfortunately all gone, so the drinks are warm, but... gotta have something to drink at least. Yeah. So the poison does apparently work quite well. That went from... what is your maximum? Like 65 to 48? That's not bad. Right, linked arrays are done. I'm gonna need the bolt trap soon down there. How is the spike trap still so good? Give me money for the bolt, please. I could have also just upgraded this to the gold, or no. Why didn't I do that? Right, unfortunately my lich is gone. Meaning that the enemies can now just get through. I should have probably gotten myself some more... I think I should actually use the poison trap just later. What is actually your second upgrade? The vicious poison damage increase poison damage by 20%, increase duration, fire for armor to the enemy, and kill the enemy. Right, more money. Do I want that? I definitely need you. This is just gonna be more money, like no question about that. So I don't think I'll take that. We will upgrade you to the moneymaker. Not entirely sure why I didn't do that beforehand, previously, but now I know better. Don't forget the Lich. Because honestly, this is not a necromancer. He's dead. He's by definition not a necromancer because he's not alive. He's not a living wizard. Depending on which definition you follow, I guess, but... in my opinion, it's a Lich, not a necromancer. Okay. So this upgrade pays for itself after 6 rounds, which honestly isn't actually that great, I don't think. Alright, now we need the Festa. Alright, this is not going as great as I'd hoped it would. I have a feeling I'd rather have a bolt trap here. Can I upgrade my bolt trap? Yes. With armor damage +1. Get the bolt trap there. Necromancer. Can you actually go through doors? You can. See, this is something that our enemies have to learn. That you can't just, you know, walk past doors. They generally have an option to be opened. Alright. Let's see if it goes better this time. And I do hope most enemies just die within the Soul Harvester's range. And then we'll have you here. Blow everyone up. I'm gonna have a flamethrower there. Upgrade for the Festa. Blow up the thieves. The flamethrower does 6.4, also over 4 seconds. But I wonder if there's, well, it's a floor trap that kind of already makes it a bit better. Upgrade you as soon as I can. To the Splinter Toxin. Not poisoning targets that are already poisoned is probably an upgrade so good that I'll never take any other upgrade. We can move you forward a little bit. I should have the Festa up here when they would first start healing. Also, my Necromancer died again. That is bad. These warriors overrun me. But you again up here. Only this time I'm gonna have you here directly from the get-go. You actually go there. Run it. Have the Festa be further forward, so... Because 10 seconds, that should actually just be... That's twice poison. That's poison twice. Also, the duration is 4 seconds. That means that the other thing that increases poison damage by 30. Okay, you need to go a step back actually, because we need enemies in the Thirsting Obelisk. You deal how much damage? 11. Right, flame throw. So they cannot heal. I think I'm gonna have a second Festa trap directly in front. And now I need a bolt for the vault. That was not actually what I wanted to build. They're still just running through. What else to improve that? Right, I think the first step I'll do, I'm not gonna have to link the race be that good, so... Because you're more of a support thing, I'm just not gonna give you any charm. I think I'll take this. And then you still have the armor damage +1. You get a 50% of the bar, which 12, that's 6 damage over 5 seconds. That's not actually that good, I don't think. You know what? I'm gonna do something completely different. I'm gonna get myself another tower slot, which costs 150. Check the traps have +1 activation range, that's not bad. Poison bolt steal, 30% of poison damage, physical damage on hit. Yeah. Right, we're just gonna do some of the previous dungeons with more runes. Now the first ones I don't think is gonna be that difficult. We're just gonna... Honestly, it's just gonna be the spike traps. Have some money making. A bolt trap there. So wait, how much? No rune has given them armor yet, I don't think. Wonderful. 800 for the first upgrade. But that really pays for itself really quickly. Especially with the lowered bounty gold. Lovely. I'm no clue why this just exploded. Oh, probably from the bolt trap hitting it repeatedly. That could be, that could be. And if I tap, I deal 5 damage to it. And they have 20 health baseline. Well, there my door go. What is actually this red stuff? But yeah, I'm just gonna go with the runes through some of the early dungeons, get myself some soul shards to upgrade, get myself more XP to maybe get more gems to upgrade better. Love those. I hope the lightning flow makes a comeback. I'm pretty sure the lightning flow makes a comeback because I've already read about the lightning trap. But that could be a different, you know, lightning trap, technically. Probably not, but probably it's the same lightning trap, but since I don't know, don't want to make an assumption. Alright, some soul shards. Also, the blood rune leveled up. Which, I don't know what that does. Right, so shop, get me the trap slot. Duplicate trap, cost penalty threshold +1. Honestly, would have liked to see the 33 more peasants. I didn't have a level up. How much XP do I need? 88,000. Okay, that's a bit much. But with an additional trap slot, what we can now do is bring the swords along. Also, in case you're wondering, I will never use the breeze rune. I forgot to switch my load up. I don't think the breeze rune will ever be necessary, and I do not intend to use it. And barricade. Can I upgrade my swords to 5? Not even close. But barricade is not needed. We do not need the barricade upgrade. We move you there, Mr. Friend Necromancer. Upgrade you once. Have the bolt trap there. And then, yeah, I remove that completely from you. Alright. Let's see if it goes better with these swords as a backup. Just as basically kind of a tank, so the enemies can't just run through. And I think I'm gonna get some swords early. That should also allow him to raise some more skeletons before he himself is in danger of getting hit. Wonderful. More sword. And then one more sword. And the obelisk is powered. Ah yes, the Cornerstone Guardians, I forgot I have those. Now, next. You need to be upgraded to the Festa. And we're gonna have a flamethrower. Let me also see Honestly, I could use some push traps here. The push traps and the harpoon traps and such, they're good. I generally just don't really use them. I don't even know why. And now we're gonna get some poison traps as well. Mr. Necromancer, please take a step back. My Necromancer died again. The problem is honestly kind of just these warriors. So I think we actually will take... The swords did nothing. So take me to push trap. Which... Reduce damage by 50%. Stunned. Flurry of blows. Increase the combo. Because that does give you more bounty, as I've read recently, earlier. Mr. Necromancer. Over here. And then we can build us a barricade there. Have you. I will remain with the bolt trap there. And then hope that the push traps just push them into there. And blow them up. Yeah. Those explosives are kind of funny. Right. Now. Have a flamethrower here. Bursting obelisk is nearly done. Oh yeah, that's a problem that the thieves actually... that the thieves might actually be. They kind of trigger our traps without us getting the best use out of them. Maybe I should just take the push force. Kill the vault. Alright, Mr. Necromancer, you're gonna have to retreat a step. These goddamn warriors. Holy shit, how do I get rid of them? Like, the Granda is not gonna do it. Not at all. I think what I'm gonna do is this. And then upgrade it a little bit more. Just for damage. And then you brute force. Have these two. Forgot Mr. Necromancer. have this here. I love how it just completely stops work, like the sound just stops. Right, that kills all the thieves, except this one. Get rid of this for now. I need 14 more enemies. Can you not, Wilson? And then what I'm gonna do is have some poison down here. This now deals 17.8 over 2 seconds. And apparently kind of just wrecks the heavy armor. Oh wait, what is this? Veteran warrior and heavy armor. Enemy level is increased by 1. Okay. Enemy level increased by 1. I think I can live with. I think we survived that. Especially because Mr. Necromancer is back. Yeah, some got through, but I guess that's fine. Why are there so many of these warriors? What the fuck? Please be safe, Mr. Necromancer. He's not safe. Why are there so many of these? What the fuck? What do I do against them? The bolt trap does not work. Because they just block too many hits. I don't really have anything that attacks quick enough. This doesn't remove the block. Right. Repeater mechanism. I will bring this along. I think I just need more of them. Good like that. Then, instead of the bolt trap, the dirt trap. This is probably gonna be the last attempt at this point, at this one right now. Mr. Necromancer, up here. I forgot I can do that. I forgot he takes damage from that, I should rather say. Right. So we have 9 darts. And for now, I'm just gonna focus on stuff up here. Why are there skeletons up there? Oh, because of you. Right. Right, that's up to 71. Flamethrower there. That is good. I also just realized that they actually fall to ash instead of just normally dying. How much damage did you? 5.5, 5.5, not bad. Unfortunately, it kind of means that the Thirsting Obelisk isn't getting as much money as we'd like it to get. Another flamethrower. Now we can have you. The problem again are the priests with their stupid healing. I'm unsure on how to best get through this. Like, the amount of veteran warriors, 80. 95. What level are they? They are level 2. I need something to deal with them, and I think I'm gonna grind a little bit. What is this? Lure trap. Barricade is cost by 100 gold. No, that's not bad. Projectile traps. Enemy armor is halved. That sounds good. But I'm not gonna do that right now, because for now it's good. I'm gonna go eat a I don't have any more sandwiches. I'm gonna eat some bread with some sausage on it, maybe. Or maybe some cheese. But otherwise, I hope you have a nice evening. I hope you have a good night. I hope you have a nice Sunday tomorrow. Also, thank you for watching. And otherwise, goodbye.